That's been the talk of the state, is wanting to see that matchup, and I think the fact that we've kept it secret so far and that no one really knows it's coming, I'm excited to see what happens when it hits Twitterverse, you know.
75-69, Isaiah Todd on the push. Blow by, dunks on. Hey! On your door. Oh. Too little.
I think you got some interesting styles. You know, Farmville's got the best backcourt in the state, arguably.
Hey, yo, chill.
Hey, yo.
One time, you better not jump, man. Oh, no. Hey. Listen, man.
Baby, 40
he got 40. Side red hot. On fire. Yo, he is cooking. Yo, he a monster. It's them runs, dog.
Going against Word of God, who's got a bunch of kids that were there, but they got some big pieces coming in, you know. It's not just Isaiah Todd, you know, Po Boy can play. You know, they got some kids that can really go.
I'm sorry with the head of steam. Oh, wow, Todd. And one! Oh, wow.
Who would have thought we could have gotten these teams to kill Double Hills, North Carolina? You know, if I'd told somebody 5 years ago this was going to happen, they'd have said I was crazy.
Oh, we coming for heads, straight heads, telling.
He cooking. He is cooking.
Said it once, said it again, man. Farmville Kinston at the top of the heat, man. The teams in Hoop State, they compete. Yo, they can play. They can play with anybody in the Hoop State, 100%, man. We talking about best backcourt in the state. You have to start right there, man. Hey, baby kid's just right.
He might get glass. Excuse me, Windex,
yeah,
man.
I think that's like his third.
In February of 2018, my dad is named Guy Williams, and he was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer, and the prognosis was not very good. And so I wanted to try and honor him in some way, because he didn't want gifts, he didn't want people, you know, I wanted to do something that would live on for him, and so. His name was Guy, and so I immediately called some of my friends in the coaching community who are also good guys, and so it's just sort of blossomed from there. It became the Good Guys versus Cancer. You know, unfortunately, my dad passed away 3 weeks after the first one last year, and you know, very honored to be able to be bigger and better this year. You know, as an honor to him. You are going to see some outstanding, amazing basketball teams and individual talent. Trinity Episcopal coming in, you know, the Coleman kids signed at Duke. You know, so they come in with the individual notoriety, but also they're really good. You know, and Pender is the real deal. You know, they got Carr's a real, and he's looking for a challenge. You know, and that's why they're coming. They want to get challenged. One of the ones I'm really excited about is actually we've invited Hatteras and Ocracoke to play each other here this year. Two really small 1A teams, probably the two smallest teams in the state actually, but both of them had significant damage from the hurricane. Ocracoke probably won't have a gym this year. Hatteras doesn't have a roof on theirs yet. So we invited them to come. They have a battle for the paddle every year they go, and so we've invited them to come play in the middle of this. I'm really excited about that. I think that the community support for that is going to be unbelievable. And actually one of the first people I called when I put this event together last year was Perry Tyndall at Kinston. There's not a better good guy than Perry is at Kinston, and as soon as I called him, he said, "I'll do whatever you need." I'm not a ready aim kind of guy. I'm like ready aim fire. You know what I mean? You know, we're now at 75 points a game, 100 possessions. Our turnovers have dropped to 10. We've gotten invited to play all over the state because of the system that we're running and the kids that we have. I thought that Word of God would be an interesting mix. I thought they'd be really good for our community to see. You got an Isaiah Todd coming in. They don't expect to see what they see. You know, when you can tell a defensive team, you know, that they're going to shoot the ball from 28 feet, and they don't believe it. You know, and then the first one goes up from the volleyball line, and it goes in, and the coach goes, "I told you." You know, so but you got to have shooters to be able to do it. It all starts with Dylan Blake. He's a 6'2" senior, 4-year starter. He's the 4th leading three-point shooter in North Carolina. He's hit 313 threes in 3 years. He's got unlimited range, but he's not just a spot-up shooter, which is what people make the mistake of thinking. He can get to the rack, he can get to the rim and finish. He can play the point for me when he needs to. He's a great rebounder. His defense is extremely underrated.
Word of God, I think it'll be a good game. I don't really think they know much about us. We walk into some gyms and we just get laughed at instantly because, I mean, we're little. But then after the game, or during the game, everybody's in the stands cheering. Like even other teams sometimes cheer for us, some of their fans. Yeah.
I've said all along, we'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And I believe, and I mean it. I put my money where my mouth is, and these kids are going to put up or shut up. And I'm going to tell you, I'm really excited to get this year started. And we're going to be prepared. I can promise you that.
I'm just going to play within the system. If you don't know me, hopefully you should after the game.
Red hot, on fire. Yo, he is cooking.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and